the Wheel of Food has told me to make hot dogs, except for vegan hot dogs. So I've never cooked a vegan hot dog. There's a place nearby, I think they're Colombian hot dogs, that are actually pretty exciting. They have vegan hot dogs, but I've never made one before. So I'm going to take a chance here, make some vegan hot dogs, and see how they come out. Let's see how it goes. To accompany my hot dogs, I'm going to make some broccolini, again, as suggested by the wheel. So I've got some water boiling here. I'll put that over there. I'm just going to steam them, and I will enjoy that. That'll take maybe 5 minutes. And then the hot dogs, I want to bring some water to a boil, and then I'll just let them sit in there for 2 minutes. You can grill them. Oddly, I prefer a boiled dog to a grilled dog, so I'm going to go ahead and boil these, and then I might grill as well, since I have 8 of them. Speaking of 8, so cooking for one, hot dogs. They're always a challenge because you get 8 in a package. What I do is I'll take 4 out, and then I'll freeze the other 4 and use them a different day. But I've noticed now Bash's has hot dogs in the deli counter. So now I can buy the exact number of hot dogs I want. For me, 2 hot dogs is a meal. So I'll make 2 hot dogs this time. I'll make 2 hot dogs, and the other 2, maybe I'll grill those. My favorite hot dog is just ketchup, mustard, and American cheese. Yes, American cheese, Lisa. But look what I got. Vegan American cheese. I can't imagine this is going to be good, but I took a piece out, and I'm going to go ahead and just taste that by itself before I decide whether I'll do that. Now, I always make one hot dog my favorite way, which is just ketchup, mustard, and a piece of cheese. Or maybe just ketchup and mustard in this case. Then the second dog, I make something unusual. That way I get a favorite, but I get to explore variety. So this time, I'm going to just take some tomato and some cucumber, which I've diced up, and I'm going to add to it Cholula seasoning. So it's like Cholula, but in powder form. I'm also going to add this to my broccoli to tie everything together. So my broccolini will have this, and my topping will have this. And so I'll have one hot dog my favorite way, just ketchup and mustard, and one hot dog with something fun, in this case, a topping of these 3 items. Okay, here goes. First, I always smell everything. So it does have a little bit of an American cheese smell to it, but there's something else behind it that I don't necessarily love. But here we go. Okay. I expect plant-based stuff to taste a little weird, and so I taste it by itself just so I know what I'm dealing with. But then, like in a grilled cheese sandwich, how would it be? On a hot dog, how would it be? Right in a cheese and mayo is one of my favorite sandwiches. Don't laugh. How would it be? But I always like to eat the raw product to see kind of where I'm starting with and what I might need to adjust. Honestly, this is not terrible. I could eat that as a snack. It's not as good as the real thing, but it doesn't offend me. So hey, that's a really big win. Now let's see what we can do with this stuff. So I've added salt and pepper already to this, but now I'm going to try this Cholula shake, and we'll stir that in there, see how that tastes. The water is boiling, so it's time to throw my hot dogs in here, and that will just take 2 minutes. So I've opened up the hot dogs, and I put the rest in the fridge. Again, always smelling. That smells way more like a hot dog than I expected it to. Again, there's that strange background note. I think blindfolded I would know. I could be just kidding myself, but yeah, that smells really hot doggy. So, according to the instructions, I can grill them or I can boil them, and since I like boiled better in general, 2 minutes into the pot, and they should be ready to go. Okay, it's been 2 minutes, so let's kick the dogs. So on this one, I put the cheese. There's ketchup and mustard on there as well. I put it underneath the cheese. I like to put my toppings underneath my dogs because I find they fall off a little bit less when I do it that way. I know it doesn't look quite as sexy, but I just find it ergonomically better. So this one has the cheese, mustard, ketchup. This one has the tomatoes and cucumbers, mustard, and ketchup. So a couple things. One, I tested this out, just tried it, and it was good. It's got a spiciness and a yumminess, so I think it's going to be a great thing. Also, I always take ketchup when I buy it, and I dump out a little bit of it, and I put it in another container and use it. I don't throw it away. And I replace it with sriracha, and then I shake it all up. So this is actually a sriracha ketchup. So I always have sriracha ketchup. I don't even have normal ketchup anymore. I use a normal Dijon mustard, and then I set up my dogs. So I have my ketchup, cheese, and mustard dog, and my tomato, cucumber, and Cholula spice dog. I've added my broccolini, and I'm going to hit it with some umi plum vinegar. Oops, just a little bit here. Umi plum vinegar is like vinegar with a bunch of salt in it. It's It's really interesting flavor. I put it on every vegetable. And then I'm going to also hit it with some of my cholula spice. Oops, whoa, way more than I expected. And that should be a nice little flavor. I could also maybe put a little pat of butter on there. But otherwise, I am ready to eat. And there's my plate. I have the broccolini, my 2 hot dogs. If I had time, I would put this under the broiler and just let that cheese melt. So I really want to mostly see how it looks when it melts. So I'll have to do that next time. I can't do it right now because I have a meeting in like 3 minutes. So time to taste. Okay, first up, my favorite basic dog. Cheese, ketchup, mustard on a brioche hot dog, split top bun. I mostly only just got bun. Hold on. All right. It tastes a lot like it smells. Very hot doggy with a little bit of something else underneath it. It tastes like an inexpensive hot dog. That's really what it tastes like. Have you ever had like a hot dog from a cafeteria in school? It's like a little kid hot dog. So in terms of having it as a hot dog, I think this is an okay substitution. I definitely will do this once in a while. I'll put it into my hot dog rotation and my vegan meat rotation. But yeah, no, I'm okay with this. Now let's try the one with the garnish. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, wow. So because of the dog being kind of tasting like a lower quality dog, having that tomato and cucumber really pumps it up. It gives a crunch, a snap. The dog itself doesn't have that casing, so it doesn't have that snap to it. And then you get a kind of a fake snap out of the cucumber bites. So a lot more fun with the topping. I still will probably do 1 and 1 every time. And I'm also looking forward to grilling these dogs and seeing if they taste any different. I think they'll get some texture on there. But overall, I think this is a reasonable hot dog substitute. I'll keep this on my hot dog rotation, and I'm gonna keep eating this. Oh, what about the broccolini? I'm almost out of time. In fact, I'm 2 minutes now. So let me just take a quick bite of this. Sorry, I'm gonna use my hands because of my timing. If you haven't gotten that you really should try to pick it up. So hit your Whole Foods, but it's so great. You can actually omit butter altogether this way. It's such a great flavor. You can, if you want to watch your fat intake, just some plum vinegar is all you need. I like that. Just a little bit of fat, but a lot less than I would if it wasn't for that delicious plum vinegar on there. So overall, I have a meeting to get to now in 1 minute, but I like it. I like both my hot dogs, and I'll be grilling them in a later video in a couple days. Day 2 with my vegan dogs. So I did my cheese one and I did my relish one. And this time I put the stuff on top just to make it prettier. But yep, so we got the cheese dog, relish dog, some broccolini, and I am ready to eat.